While Americans are drowning in $195,000 median home prices, I'm living in a 2-bedroom condo in Kuala Lumpur for $450 a month, with a rooftop pool, a gym, and a view that looks like a screensaver. My name's Jake. I'm 29. 6 months ago, I was a burned-out software developer in Austin, Texas, spending $1,800 a month on a studio apartment the size of a parking spot. I worked 95-hour weeks, had Sunday scaries every single week, and my life felt like a treadmill I couldn't get off. So I did something crazy. I bought a one-way ticket to Malaysia with $3,000 in my bank account and no job lined up. 6 months later, my life looks completely unrecognizable. And I'm about to show you the 4 things that happened that no relocation guide, no YouTube video, no blog post will ever tell you. Because this isn't a highlight reel. This is the real, messy, terrifying, and beautiful truth. Everyone talks about the cheap cost of living in Southeast Asia. And yeah, it's real. My first week here, I went to a night market and bought chicken satay, fried rice, and fresh mango juice for $2. I felt like a king. I walked around thinking, this is it. I've cracked the code. I'm going to live like royalty on pennies. I started doing the math in my head. If dinner costs $2 and my rent is $450 and a massage is $10, I could stretch my $3,000 for months, maybe even a year if I was smart about it. I felt invincible. Like I discovered this secret that everyone back home was too scared to try. But here's what they don't tell you. Week 6, I got a notification from immigration. My tourist visa was expiring. I needed to renew or apply for a longer-term visa. No big deal, right? Wrong. The visa renewal process, when you factor in lawyers, government fees, translations, notarizations, cost me $1,200. That's 40% of the money I arrived with. Gone. In one bureaucratic nightmare. According to a 2023 Nomad List study, 62% of expats underestimate visa and legal costs by over $1,000 in their first year. I was one of them. I remember sitting in my tiny apartment, watching my bank account drain, waiting for freelance payments to clear, thinking, what if I have to go back? What if I failed after 2 months? That panic, that pit in your stomach when you realize you're in a foreign country with dwindling cash and no safety net, it's real. And it almost broke me. I started rationing my meals. I stopped taking Grab rides and walked everywhere, even in the brutal midday heat. I watched every ringgit like my life depended on it because honestly, it did. The worst part wasn't the money itself. It was the realization that I'd been naive. That I'd romanticized this whole thing without doing the real research. But I pivoted. I started talking to other expats at co-working spaces, asking them how they survived. I found MM2H alternatives, social visit passes you can extend, digital nomad workarounds, local sponsorships through co-working spaces. One guy, Marcus from Germany, told me about extending visas through border runs to Thailand every 90 days. Another woman, Lisa from Australia, connected me with a local agency that could help with work permits if I landed a gig. I spent entire days in cafes with my laptop, applying to remote jobs, pitching freelance clients, doing whatever it took to stabilize my income. And slowly, painfully, it started working. I landed a few small contracts. Then a bigger one. Then a retainer client that paid enough to cover my rent and food. I finally felt like I could breathe again. But just when I thought I'd figured it out, something else hit me. Something I wasn't prepared for at all. Before we continue, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. With that said, let's get back to the video. Month 3. I'm living in paradise. My rent is cheap. The food is incredible. The weather is perfect. And I'm eating dinner alone every single night. Refreshing Instagram. Watching my friends back home go to weddings, birthday parties, Sunday brunches, living life without me. That hollow feeling when you realize nobody here knows your inside jokes. Nobody knows your history. Nobody knows why you suddenly went quiet. You're surrounded by millions of people and you've never felt more invisible. I'd go entire days without having a real conversation. I'd order food and the interaction would be transactional, robotic. I'd work from my apartment because going to a cafe alone felt more depressing than just staying home. I started sleeping in later and later because waking up meant facing another day of isolation. I met Sarah. She's a 34-year-old Canadian teacher who moved to Penang for adventure. She told me she spent the first 4 months crying in her apartment, wondering if she'd made the worst mistake of her life. She said some nights she'd book a flight home, get all the way to the payment screen, then close the browser and just stare at the wall. A 2022 study in the Journal of Cross-Cultural Psychology found that expat loneliness peaks at months 3 to 4, with 47% reporting clinical isolation symptoms. You're past the honeymoon phase. The novelty's worn off. And you're just alone. For me, it got so bad that I started having full conversations with myself. I'd narrate my day out loud just to hear a familiar voice. I know that sounds dramatic, but when you're that isolated, your mind does weird things. For me, the turning point was week 12. I walked past a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym. I'd never trained a day in my life, but I was desperate. I signed up. Broken English. Shared suffering. Getting choked out by a 19-year-old Malaysian kid who weighed 140 pounds. I had no idea what I was doing. I tapped out probably 30 times that first class. But something about the physical exhaustion, the forced interaction, the shared struggle, it cracked something open in me. After class, a few guys invited me to get dinner at a nearby Mamak stall. We sat there for 3 hours, talking about everything and nothing. They taught me Malay words. I taught them American slang. We laughed until our stomachs hurt. And for the first time in months, I didn't feel alone. Then we went hiking the next weekend. Then someone invited me to a birthday party. And suddenly I had friends. Not surface level, let's grab coffee sometime friends. Real friends. People who checked on me. People who taught me how to order food in Malay. People who invited me into their lives. If you're thinking about moving abroad, here's what worked for me. Internations has events every week, everything from pub crawls to professional networking. Meetup KL has hiking groups, language exchanges, board game nights. Sport clubs, especially martial arts or CrossFit, create instant community because you're suffering together. Language exchanges put you in direct contact with locals who actually want to talk to you. Don't wait for loneliness to swallow you. Attack it early. Make it a mission in your first 2 weeks to join at least 3 groups. Show up even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. Because isolation compounds. The longer you stay alone, the harder it becomes to break out. I finally felt like I belonged. I had a routine. I had friends. I had income stabilizing. And then, in April 2024, the Malaysian government announced something that changed everything for expats like me. Malaysia had been the easy, Southeast Asia destination. Lax visa enforcement. Tons of digital nomads flying under the radar, working on tourist visas, doing border runs every few months. Nobody really checked. Nobody really cared. It was the Wild West. Then, quietly, everything changed. In April 2024, Malaysia tightened its visa policies and ramped up enforcement. Suddenly, thousands of digital nomads who were living on back-to-back tourist visas were illegal residents. Immigration started doing random checks at co-working spaces. They set up checkpoints at malls. They started denying entry at the airport if you had too many tourist visa stamps in your passport. The Facebook groups exploded with panic. People were getting deported. People were scrambling to find new countries. The entire expat community was in chaos. My friend Tom, British guy, 41, been here for 2 years, got flagged at immigration. They gave him 72 hours to leave the country. He lost his apartment deposit, scrambled to book flights, and had to restart his entire life in Thailand. Another friend, Jessica from the US, had been here for 18 months. She was building a life. She had a boyfriend, a community, a routine. She got stopped at a checkpoint, questioned for 2 hours, and was told she couldn't re-enter Malaysia for 6 months. She was devastated. According to Malaysian Immigration Department data, enforcement rose 340% in Q1 2024 compared to 2023. Checkpoints. Raids on co-working spaces. Deportations. This wasn't a rumor. This was real policy change, and it was happening fast. I realized I was on borrowed time. I had a tourist visa. I was working remotely. Technically, I was illegal too. I had to pivot fast. I applied for proper work sponsorship through a local digital agency I'd been freelancing for. It wasn't easy. It took 2 months, 3 rounds of paperwork, proof of income, background checks, medical exams, and a lot of stress. Every time my phone rang with an unknown Malaysian number, my heart would drop. I thought it was immigration calling to deport me. But the day my work permit got approved, I finally felt legal. Finally stable. Finally like I could breathe. I could sign a long-term lease. I could plan more than 3 months ahead. I could stop looking over my shoulder. Here's what I wish someone had told me before I moved. 1. Always have a 6-month emergency fund, not 3 months. Things go wrong. Visas get denied. Freelance clients disappear. Medical emergencies happen. You need buffer. 2. Research visa laws every single month. Join expat Facebook groups. Follow immigration lawyers on social media. Subscribe to newsletters. Laws change fast, and ignorance isn't an excuse. 3. Build multiple income streams before you move. Remote work, freelancing, passive income, diversify or die. If one client drops you, you need backups. 4. Have a backup country. Know where you'll go if Malaysia doesn't work out. Thailand? Vietnam? Portugal? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I survived the money stress. I survived the loneliness. I survived the visa nightmare. But the final thing that happened, the thing that changed everything, it's the reason I'm never moving back. I don't recognize the person I was in Austin. And honestly, I don't want to go back to him. That guy worked 95-hour weeks. Spent $1,800 a month on a studio apartment where he could hear his neighbor's alarm clock through the wall. Had Sunday scaries every single week. Measured success by salary, promotions, LinkedIn endorsements. He was stressed, burned out, and disconnected from his own life. He was living on autopilot, just going through the motions. Wake up. Sit. Repeat. He told himself he was building something, but deep down, he knew he was just surviving. Now I wake up to prayer calls echoing over the city. I work from cafes where coffee costs $1.50 and I can sit for hours without anyone rushing me out. My stress about money has been replaced by stress about which island to visit next weekend. I have time to read again. Time to cook. Time to just sit and think without feeling guilty about it. But here's what really changed. I stopped defining success by salary. I started measuring it by time. By friendships. By actually living instead of just surviving. Back in Austin, I was making $95,000 a year. Sounds great, right? But after taxes, rent, car payments, student loans, health insurance, I was barely saving anything. And I had no time to enjoy the money I did have. Now I make about $60,000 a year freelancing. Lower salary. But my cost of living is 1/3 of what it was. I save more money now than I did in Austin. And I have time. I have freedom. I have control over my schedule. A 2023 Harvard study on expat well-being found that 71% of long-term expats reported higher life satisfaction despite lower incomes. The key factors? Time, freedom, and community. When you're not chained to a 9 to 5, when you're not stuck in traffic for 2 hours a day, when you're not exhausted every evening, life just feels different. You're present. You're engaged. You're alive. I make less money now. My career trajectory isn't impressive on LinkedIn. I'm not climbing any corporate ladder. My old coworkers are getting promoted, buying houses, posting about their new Teslas. And sometimes, late at night, I wonder if I made the wrong choice. If I'm falling behind. If I'll regret this in 10 years. But then I wake up the next morning, make coffee on my balcony, watch the sun rise over the city, and I remember why I'm here. Is it perfect? Do I miss Target? Do I miss good Mexican food, reliable Amazon delivery, driving my own car? Every damn day. I miss my family. I miss my childhood friends. I miss understanding every conversation around me. I miss not having to think about visa renewals and border runs and exchange rates. There are days when everything feels hard. When the language barrier frustrates me. When I just want to order a burrito and watch NFL football without staying up until 2 a.m. When I feel homesick for a place I chose to leave. But here's the thing. I'd rather miss burritos than miss my life. Because in Austin, I was missing my life every single day. I was trading my time, my energy, my health, for a paycheck and a title that didn't make me happy. Here, I'm present. I'm building something that feels real. I'm living in a way that aligns with what I actually value. And that's worth more than any salary, any promotion, any LinkedIn endorsement could ever give me. The person I am now, the person Malaysia forced me to become, is someone I'm proud of. Someone I actually like. And I'm not going back. So here's what I want to know. If you could move anywhere in the world with $3,000 and rebuild your life from scratch, would you do it? Or does the fear of the unknown keep you exactly where you are? Drop the country you'd move to in the comments. And if you've already made the leap, tell us the one thing that shocked you most. I'll reply to every single one. And if you want the full breakdown, my monthly expenses, visa process, how I found remote work, the apps I use, the mistakes I made a free guide. Links in the description. Next week, I'm breaking down the dark side of expat life that no one talks about. The stuff that makes people pack up and leave after 6 months. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching. See you in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'm bringing you fresh content every day that you won't want to miss. Turn on notifications to be the first to know when the next video drops.